Hi there. So let's discuss problem 1.11. Here a polythene is rubbed with wool and polythene is found to have a negative charge of this. Now guys, please do not misinterpret the question and do not confuse with the language of the problem. The polythene piece is rubbed with wool and it is found to have a negative charge. Still, I want to make very clear, this is the Triboelectric series and the wool is at the top over here and the polythene is there at the bottom. And in the Triboelectric series, the one at the top has tendency to become positive by losing electrons, and the one which is at the bottom has tendency to gain electrons and become negative. So it is being judged by the Triboelectric series. We can't decide which is going to be positive and negative very vaguely. We have to see the Triboelectric series. So suppose this is a polythene cover. This is our polythene cover, guys, and this is a piece of wool. Say this is a piece of wool, and now if I start rubbing them together, so what is going to happen is the wool atoms has electrons. Now those electrons are loosely bound as per this Triboelectric series, and the wool is going to lose electrons. So the electrons are going to get transferred from the wool and they will go inside the polythene. So polythene, after being rubbed, gains negative charge, and the wool is now electron deficient, so it becomes negative charge. This is our polythene. Correct, guys? Now we know that the charge of one electron is minus 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. This is the charge of a single electron. Now it is being given that the wool attains a negative charge of attains a negative charge of 3 to 10 raised to minus 7 coulomb. So this is the charge gained by the polythene due to the entrance of the electrons. Now the similar amount of positive charge develops as per the law of conservation of charge develops on the wool. Correct? So we are supposed to find out how many electrons got transferred. So if one electron transfers, the polythene will gain this much amount of charge. Now the polythene is gaining this much amount of charge. So how many number of electrons got transferred? Suppose n. So now if we cross multiply, we will get our equation as number of electrons as minus 3 into 10 raised to minus 7 coulomb upon minus 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. Coulomb getting cancelled. So on solving, we get this as 1.875 into 10 raised to 12 electrons. So these many electrons, they got transferred from the wool and they entered in the polythene. Correct? Now talking about the answer to the second part, guys, is there any transfer of mass from wool to the polythene? Answer is yes. Since wool is losing electrons, so the wool's mass is going to decrease and the same amount of mass is going to get added up in the polythene. But the problem is, guys, we do not consider the masses of the electron. They are considered as negligible. So we should actually neglect the mass transfer taking place from one body to the another while friction is happening. But still I will do a small calculation. We note that the mass of single electron is 9.11 into 10 raised to minus 31 kilogram. This is the mass of single electron, right? So how many electrons are getting transferred? 1.875 into 10 raised to 12 electrons are getting transferred. So how much mass would be getting transferred? You can calculate very easily from this cross multiplication, and you will find that this is a very, very negligible mass. So yes, there is a mass transfer, but the mass transfer is very negligible.